Hey guys, it's Priscilla with Live Iwakuni, and on today's episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Shinkansen. For those of you who don't know what the Shinkansen is, it's the Japanese bullet train. With a top speed of 320 kilometers per hour, this is the fastest train in Japan. So on today's episode, we're going to talk to you about how much Shin tickets cost, where to buy your Shin tickets, how to read your Shin tickets, and lastly, how to catch your train. So if you're ready, let's go.
Just as long as you stand by me, so you stand by me. Oh, stand by me, stand by me with the sky that we.
Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about price. How much does a Shinkansen ticket cost? So the answer to this can vary widely on a few factors. 1, what kind of Shinkansen train you're taking. 2, are you buying reserved or unreserved tickets? And 3, where are you traveling from? These things will vary widely and will also influence the price of your ticket. So just keep that in mind. I'm actually putting a link to the JR East website down below. It has a ticket calculator that you can automatically enter your destination and time, and it'll pop out with a price. But to give you a general idea of how much it costs to ride the Shinkansen, we're gonna call it anywhere from 7,500 yen to 15,000 yen. So for easy conversion, we'll call it $75 to $150 per way. I know this sounds a little bit expensive, but this is the fastest train in Japan, and it's gonna make traveling from different points in big cities really, really easy. So don't be too afraid of the price. Definitely check the Shinkansen out. So next, we're gonna talk about where you can buy your Shinkansen ticket. There are actually 3 ways of buying your ticket. So the first way is to reserve it online. You can do that through the website in the description. And you can go ahead and reserve your destination, time, and then you'll go to either a JR East or a JR Hokkaido station and pay for your ticket the day of your travel. It's pretty simple. Now, I wanted to mention to you, there is an option to ride the Shinkansen on a pass. It happens to be a 7-day pass called the JR Rail Pass. It allows you to ride the train for 7 consecutive days if you have a commercial airline ticket to Japan and going back to your home country. So a lot of you travelers out there who are just coming for a short visit to Japan and want to save a little bit of money, on your ticket, this is a great value. Unfortunately, if you are an active duty service member or a dependent, you do not qualify for the JR Shin Pass. But what you can do is buy your ticket through the ITT office, and that is the second way to buy your Shin ticket. If you are an active duty member of the military or their dependent, you can go to an ITT station near you and reserve your Shinkansen tickets at a discounted price. Another caveat to this is that you have to give them at least 3 business days to print your tickets. They don't print your tickets in the office, so they have to go get them from the nearest Shinkansen station. So at least give them 3 days in advance. And they only allow you to reserve your tickets up to 30 days in advance. So if you're vacationing in July and it is only January, you won't be able to buy your tickets. You'll have to buy them closer to your departure date. And the last way, number 3 way to buy a Shin ticket is actually just right at the station. Let's say you're a last minute traveler and you're just like, oh, I think it'd be really cool to go to Osaka today or Tokyo. Let's just go. You can absolutely buy your train ticket right there at the station, easy peasy. I would highly recommend just going up to the ticket counter where there's going to be a ticket clerk there versus using the machine. I find that the machines are really cool and convenient if you know Japanese and are really comfortable with them, but if not, just go ahead and go to the ticket counter. I will say that if you're going to just go to the ticket counter and get your tickets there. Be careful of Japanese holidays. As I'm filming, we're getting ready to celebrate Golden Week here in Japan, which is an extremely busy time for the Japanese to travel. And unfortunately, it also makes it very hard to get Shinkansen tickets. So be aware of what is going on in Japan when you're traveling, because if it is a holiday like Golden Week or something like that, you're going to have to reserve your tickets well in advance in order to get seating on the train. So don't be a last minute booker of your ticket if it falls on a Japanese holiday. So just a quick tip there.
Okay, let's jump right into the tickets themselves. For this example, we're going to use my recent trip from Tokyo to Kyoto, Kyoto to Shin Iwakuni as an example. As you can see, the first ticket is your fare ticket. This basically means you have permission to ride the Shinkansen. It is just a general ticket. You will see that it'll show you the area that you're traveling in, which for me was the Tokyo Ward area, and it also says your final destination, which for me was Shin Iwakuni. I traveled on April 1st and my ticket was valid for 6 days. This is important because I went from Tokyo to Kyoto, spent 2 days in Kyoto, and then caught the Shin back to Shin Iwakuni on the 3rd day. So I fell within those valid 6 days. You need this ticket until you arrive at your final destination. So whatever you do, do not get rid of this fare ticket. You need this fare ticket until you get to your final destination. It is very, very important. The next ticket that we're going to look at is the reserved seat ticket. So I reserved a seat from Tokyo to Kyoto. You can certainly buy an unreserved seat, but during busy times of day or seasons, you're not guaranteed to have a seat if you buy an unreserved seat, so you might have to stand for your trip. I traveled on April 1st, leaving Tokyo at 16:13, arriving in Kyoto at 18:31. I was on the Nozomi line. I was in car 5, seat 17B. So at the train station, I looked for the Nozomi line. Once I found that, I looked for car 5 and seat 17B. This ticket is for the second half of my trip from Kyoto to Shin Iwakuni. There's quite a bit more information on this ticket because I actually switched trains in the middle. So I left on April 3rd, departing from Kyoto at 17:10, arriving not in Shin Iwakuni but at Hiroshima Station at 18:54. From Kyoto to Hiroshima, I was on the Nozomi line. And then once I got to Hiroshima, I had to switch trains to the Kodama line, leaving Hiroshima at 18:58, arriving at my final destination, Shin Iwakuni, at 19:12. For both trips, I was in car 4, but from Kyoto to Hiroshima, I was in seat 14A. From Hiroshima to Shin Iwakuni, I was in 16A. Now, you might remember me talking about the prices depending on what train you ride, and there are 2 speeds. So the Nozomi line was the fastest train that I could take from Tokyo to Kyoto, Kyoto to Hiroshima. But since Shin Iwakuni is a smaller station, the fastest trains do not go there, so I had to take the Kodama train instead, which is a slower train. This isn't a huge deal, but you will find that the prices for the slower trains are going to be slightly less. So just keep that in mind. Also, you might notice that the time of my arrival in Hiroshima and my departure from Hiroshima are very close together. This is perfectly fine because they are on the same platform. So literally, I got off the Nozomi line train and walked probably 10 feet to the Kodama line. So don't worry about that at all. All right, guys, so all that's left is for you to catch your train. You'll see signs like this one all over the train station telling you what line you have to take, what time it leaves, and where you're going. It's displayed in both Japanese and English, so you shouldn't have any trouble reading it. Just as a quick reminder, when you enter the Shin, you're going to have your 2 tickets, your fare ticket and your reserved seat ticket or your unreserved ticket. All right, guys, so you've made it to your seat and you're finally on the Shin. After this, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
All right, guys, I hope this has been super helpful to you. I hope that this makes riding the Shinkansen a little bit less stressful for you. As always, thank you so much for watching our videos. We hope that they're really helpful to you. If you think that they're gonna be helpful to somebody else, please share wherever you can. And as always, don't forget to like this video. And if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. We do our best to try to answer them. And as always, I hope you're out there living Iwakuni. Take care, guys.